Hi guys, I'm back, and oh, it's been busy because I was just going to start the video, and then my sister just called me. She's on vacation. She's in Italy, Garda Meer. That's the Lake Garda. That's a beautiful scenery there. So I had to talk to her a little bit. She's coming back home tomorrow, but you know how that is. You have to talk a little bit. So this video is for everyone that does not get cells, because it's driving me crazy. Really, it is. It's driving me crazy. Every time I get a mail then and someone says, you know, Annemarie, I've been doing this for, I've done 20 pours, I don't get cells. Then I'm thinking, why do you not get cells? I don't believe it. So, this is the video that you're gonna watch. Just let me get my stuff together. Okay, so what did I do? I squirted a little bit of white and a little bit of blue in my cups. This is only paint, nothing else in there. Then I take my pouring medium and let me get it in the picture like that. I just eyeball it, you know, just put in a little bit, like 20 to 30%. No more, no less. That's it. And if you did put more in or less in, it would still work. So then I take a stick, popsicle stick, and I put that pouring medium in the paint. Like I always tell you, do this first because it's important. It makes your stirring so much easier. So here we go. It's all in there, and then I take the blue. You can see there's only paint in there and pouring medium, and we do a little stir. And this might be a long video, I'm telling you right away, and I'm glad I'm doing it on this camera, because this one uploads very fast. The little mini baby iPad, somehow, I don't know why, but it takes like an hour for me to upload a video. So, once you have that pouring medium in there, and it's nice and soft, and everything is smushy, then you go for the water. And what I do, the first part of the water I add, I put in a little more, because I know that it's going to be still too thick when I put it all in. So, I'm just stirring it up now, but because I put in the pouring medium first, that stirring in the water is very fast. It's already in there. See? There's nothing coming out. Oh, yeah, paint. But it's not, you know, like chunks, or you can't see any water. So just stirring like this, just doing it. I gotta clean this up because I got some on the plastic. But just doing like that, and it's already in there. See that? But this, what you're seeing here, this is too thick. So then I come in with my little squeegee bottle, the little squeeze bottle, and I just squeeze in a little bit of water. And I go stirring again. And then, see, still too thick. It comes off in one big chunk. So then I add again a little water, and this has to be, you know, your Zen moment. This is the part where you think about your pour. You decide if you're going to do a flip cup or a dirty pour. You look at the colors again, thinking, nah, maybe I should just add a color or take a color off. Could be. And you just keep mixing until you come to the perfect consistency. And people, this is important. Let me clean off the table a bit. It's very important that you get the good consistency, because I think that is what a lot of people have a problem with. And I can imagine, because looking at the screen and determining how thick my paint is, that might be the problem. So, see, it's not about how much pouring medium you put in there. I think it's more about the consistency. So let me get the air bubbles out. Then I can show you that a little bit better. Okay. Because I would use this. So when I hold up the little stick, you can see a little buildup on the stick. And when I fill the stick and do this, you can see one continuous stream coming down. See that? Hope I'm really in focus because I got to stick my head around the corner to see the screen. There we go. I would even say that this is just a tad too thin, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to work. So here we go again. See, it's not dripping. It's just streaming off that little stick. And it is not that thick. Can you see the thickness of the paint laying on the stick? If it's higher, then your paint is thicker, and maybe then you should thin it just a itty bitty. Not too much though. So okay, that's number one, that's ready. Then we go to the blue. And the paint, the cup I put aside does not contain Floetrol or silicone. It's just paint, pouring medium, and water. So there we go again, a little bit of water, stirring it in. And I'm doing it fast now, but you guys have to do this not this fast, because you're gonna be stirring in a lot of air. You don't want that. But just for this demo, it'll be okay. I bought a couple of really cheap canvases just to do this. See how this plops off the stick? Can you see it? Yeah. Let me do it again. Plop, plop, plop. All pieces. That's not good. And if I show you the buildup on the stick, hope you can see it. It's too much. And it falls off in pieces. That's not good. I bet you could even make cells with it, but I would not go for that thicker paint. Still coming off in chunks. Can you see that? Very chunky. So a little bit of water. And if you're a beginner, just do this very slowly. Just put in little bits of water at a time. Make sure you get the sides. Make sure you get the middle of the cup on the bottom. And then you will have it like this. It's still a little thick. And why? How do I know? Because when I do this, can you see that it doesn't come off there like a continuous flow. It comes off, it does flow, but in pieces. So then it's still too thick. Let me do one more, checking it on camera. Oops, no, not like that. Let's see. A little bit too thick still. Okay, can you see the difference? Okay, enough mixing. So now we have only paint, pouring medium, water. If you want to do the Floetrol, right now is the time to add the Floetrol. What you do is a small, like a dessert spoon, in half a cup. That's more than enough. And I will show you. And remember, always shake that Floetrol because it's thick on the bottom and it's very thin on top, so always shake it. And I will show you how much I put in. Not more than that. Look at that. That's a really incy-wincy tiny spot of Floetrol. Then we put that in there. And because this white is a little bit more, I will put in just a little bit more. So now we have the Floetrol in. Put that aside. Now we go to the silicone, and this is a spray silicone. So normally I would tell you to put it in one of these little bottles. Spray it in here outside. All the fumes are outside. You don't take the fumes back in, and you're good to go. But for this video, I'm just going to do the, oh, my little dropper went in there. Let's see if I can get it out. I think so. Come on, little dropper. Yep, I got it. Ooh, got some on the stick too. Okay, so this is the treadmill silicone, and I am going to put in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not more than that. Putting it away. And now comes what I think is very important. The first thing is that I don't get paint in my jeans, because I didn't change my jeans, only put on my painting shirt. So the important thing is, right now your silicone is on top in both colors. All colors that you have, and you drop in silicone like that, it's lying on the surface. So what you want to do, you want to get your canvas ready, and you have to already make up your mind, what am I going to do? Am I going to do a flip cup or a pour? So then you stir in the silicone like this, and the other color, and if you have more colors you have to stir all the silicone in, just like that. Then you get a clean cup, and in goes one color, in goes the other color, and tilt your canvas and pour. There we go. Just like that. See, nothing funny going on in the cup. Then you get your torch and you torch it. Oh wow, wow, wow. These are really kick-ass cells. Look at that. Can you see all the cells? Woo! Don't drop. I will, can you see them? So, that's that. These are so pretty. These cells are so perfect. I'll take you down in a bit. But before I do, I want to show you another thing you can do. Just for the sake of testing, you can take some white, lay it down, and remember, white is very dense. There's a lot of pigments to create white. And with a little stir stick, you make a flat piece on the canvas or on a piece of Yupo, doesn't matter where. Then you take your other color, put it on top like that, just spread it over, just like that. And if you can't do it with your little stick, then you do it with a palette knife, just like that. And here we go. Look at that. And I'm torching it way too long. That was pretty close because I wanted you guys to see it. See the cells? Oop, paint is dripping. I'll take you guys down. I can do that. So look at those cells. Ooh, yep, it's too late. I got my jeans covered in paint. I don't care. Good excuse to get new clothes, right? How scrumptious are those cells? I just want to dive in and play with them. Yeah, I'm exaggerating right now. But how cool are these cells? They are beautiful. Even the swipe is beautiful, isn't it? So let's do it one more time, and then very up close and personal. So we're gonna put in some white, just like that. Yep. Then get some blue. Whoops. This is difficult because I have to look on the screen and look what I'm doing. Just put it over there, just like that. See, already cells popping up. Look at that. And now if you want bigger cells, what you do is just tilt that canvas, just like that. See how they're moving? And move them back. And they go bigger and bigger and bigger. You get the picture, right? There you go. So people, this is really all that there is to it. You have to be able to make cells. So what I would say, I'm gonna sit down here and talk to you guys, and then I'm gonna really quick get my jeans in some water. So what I'm thinking is that either these are the options. Your paint is way too thin, so when you have your silicone in there, even if you pour straight after you stir in your silicone, because your paint is too thin, the silicone has every chance to go to the surface, and by the time you pour, all the silicone is on top. And you can check that by if you get a pour that has no cells, you look at it in the morning and you will see this. Let me get that. I have a good example. Oops, somewhere. Where did I leave that? Oh yeah, here. Let me get you in good light. Okay, look over this canvas. Can you see those really shiny spots? That's the silicone that is, see that bit here, right there? It looks almost wet, and it's not wet, it's silicone. Because, see if I take a bit of clean glove, it's all silicone. So you can check by the letting it dry, and when it's totally dry, you take your canvas and you put the light on it like this. I always move it a little, and you see all those little puddles of silicone. If that has happened and you had no cells, but you have all these puddles of silicone on top, then I think that's what happened. That your paint is too thin, the silicone had a good chance to rise to the surface before you got to torch. So it has to be just a little thick to keep that silicone beneath the surface, so that when you torch, you pull the silicone through the paint, and that creates the cells. And another thing that could happen is, well, it could be both. You know, if your paint is way too thin, there's not much action gonna happen, so that could be. And if your paint is way too thick, then if you torch, you will only get cells where the silicone is just under the surface, because if your paint is way too thick, there'll be too much paint, and that will protect the silicone on the bottom to become not hot enough or warm enough to rise to the surface. So here are a couple of options. Then I have one last option, and this also could be your problem. Let me see if I can duplicate it. So I'm thinking that some people do this. They pour like that. Then they wait a bit, blah, 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 because they're thinking, okay, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do the rest? And then they do this. Oops. They pour another color like that. And they're still, you know, they're really slow because they just started this pouring. And they're thinking, oh, I want to make cute stuff. and maybe they're getting in the Zen mode, because that's possible also. So they're just doing it like this, packing all that paint on the canvas, having a lot of fun with the paint. Then they tilt, so then they start to cover the whole thing. I'm tilting now. I don't care if all the paint falls off. Okay, so they have covered the whole canvas, and then they come in with the torch. And there you have it. No cells at all. Do you see that? Not a cell in sight. Well, yeah, a few, because I got lucky, but did you see the difference? If you do that, I always say, someone made a little one of those tiles for on the wall that says, put a little paint in your speed in your paint. That's a saying. I always say that, because if you're not speeding it up, it's not gonna work either. So if you put that paint on so carefully and so, controlled, and you're in the Zen mode, and you're just placing that paint on the canvas like this, and all the pretty colors, and then you're moving it really slowly to cover the canvas, you're not going to get any cells either. So what you have to do this test and pour it on a tilted canvas, because I'm telling you, you have to be able to get cells if you do the same thing I do. But I'm glad I did this middle bit, because there are no cells there. See that? It's just 2 colors paint. Can't even say that it's ugly, but there's not much cells. And if you are as cell phobia, crazy, I don't know what you call it, but when I look at this, I'm just thinking, how can I save that? Because it is so beautiful. And that one is so beautiful. But this one, if you're getting this, it's all up to the speed of the paint. So tilt your canvas, do a dirty cup, and make sure that your silicone is in the paint and not on top of your paint. So I'm thinking if I can do one more. I still have 6 minutes before my video is full. So I can imagine you guys doing this. Laying it down. Very pretty. Because you're really, really into it. You're all in the Zen mode. And you're thinking, oh, I want to make a really pretty pattern, and it's all going to get cells, and I'm going to be so happy once this is ready. And I can imagine, because, I know how that works. Gets in your head, you really want to make cells. So, doing it slowly. See? Covering the canvas a little bit. And then doing this side. And that side. And then maybe, I don't know, you get a phone call, or you think, I want a cup of coffee. So you go to the kitchen, make some coffee, because you're thinking nothing's going to happen with my paint because it's already on the canvas. Then you come back and you start tilting. Just like that. And it's all tilted. I don't have enough paint, but just for demo. Let me clean my gloves. And then you come in with your torch. And only a little bit is happening. Look up here. There's nothing happening at all. So, nothing happening. Here, something happening. Why is this happening? See, if I was a teacher, I would now be silent and say, okay, children, let me know. Why does that have cells and why does that not have cells? And I would expect a good answer, because I've been teaching you guys this. I'm sorry. I'm in such a good mood. I can't help it. Okay, so this is just blue and this is white. This one, the blue, went over the white. So then you get some coverage, just like that. Now watch. Look at that. It just does it all by itself. Now look. pretty cells all popping up because you're pushing some paint over another color, and by then, so there has to be silicone underneath the surface, so when I come in and touch it, bingo, there it goes. So if you doubt anything, what you can do, just pour some white like that. Take blue. Is this my good blue? Yeah. Oh, it's almost empty, but put some blue, as much as you still have. Put some blue on there. Take a palette knife, just do that. Look, it's already selling. How many cells do you want? It has to do with speed and whatever else it has to do with. But I'm sure if you do what I just did, you are going to get cells, because you can't do this forever. Like if I like now do this, this will still work because I can see the two colors. See that? It'll still work, but the more I manipulate that paint, the more I mix them two together, then it'll slowly, and this still works. I see it. I can see it on the I can see it from a mile away. Like here the first bit, that's not going to work. Over here, this is still going to work. See? Only the definition of those cells, that's gone, because all the colors are sort of muddy together now, so you have no contrast. You need a little bit of contrast to get really beautiful cells. Oh, I got 1 minute left, guys. So there we go. Just another one. See that? If you do this video, I am absolutely, positively, 200% sure you are gonna get cells. And if you do this, just 2 colors. You know, it's not wasting that much paint, and you don't have to do it on a canvas, people. You can do it on a piece of paper, cardboard, Yupo, whatever you have laying around, old photo paper, I don't know. Just do it on something, because you don't care if it's gonna buckle or warp or whatever. This is just a test to see if your silicone is good. Because if your silicone is not good and you're doing this, you're not getting any cells, throw the silicone out, go for the treadmill silicone. It's treadmill lubricant, 100% silicone. There you are. And I ordered it from England. It was from not Amazon, eBay. But it has to say silicone oil. It says down here in really small letters, 100 pure silicone. I got 37 seconds to go. I love you guys. I am overwhelmed with all the support I'm feeling from you guys. Love you all. And I'm going to upload this one. Then I'm going to go and answer all the comments, because I got hours of comments to answer. And I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. I promise I'm going to make a lot of videos this weekend. So thank you all for watching. Love you all. See you. Bye bye.